Namaskar to everyone present here.
Namaskar, sir.
Am I audible to all of you? Yes. Okay. First of all, before starting this, let me thank two most important people in my life who have always inspired me. One, the one who gave me birth, my mother, and second, my wife. Today's topic, if you can see, it's a topic related to commerce. Actually, I am a science graduate. So, this idea was given to me by my wife last year. Last year, I was so deeply engrossed into that karma theory, I couldn't take up this. Today, I'll be talking about attrition. 21st century came up with the end, means not the complete end, but the partial withdrawal of industrialization, and we came up with a new age known as the information age. This information age brought about lot many changes, positive as well as negative in our lives. It generated lot many employees. At the same time, there was the rise of a very big problem, attrition. Normal people call it as turnover. You all must have experienced or seen people working in one company for their whole lifetime in the past. But today, within a short span of 3 to 5 years, you can see people jumping from one place to another. Today, my topic is going to deal with that, attrition. Next please. So, basically the picture describes everything. Defining attrition, it is actually a reduction in the number of employees by retirement, resignation or death of the employee. The second, the middle term, resignation, is of great importance. Each and every industry today is suffering through this problem of attrition. Next please. Reasons for attrition. Why people quit? Basically, I have divided the reasons into 4 different categories. First is individual, my own choice. Second is organizational reasons, such as I am not fit for the organization, or the organization doesn't find me fit for the suitable job. Third is role related. I am a science graduate and told to teach English, so that's I am not fitting into my role. And fourth, other reasons. We'll go through it. Next, individual reasons. First, foremost is ambitions. People, see, 21st century has seen growth in intellectual level of people, and as the intellectual level has risen, people have become more and more ambitious. You can compare yourself with your father itself. Your father would be preferring a satisfied life, settled life. But what about you? You will never do that. You will always wish to take the extra mile ahead. Okay. So personal reasons were first, ambitions, career aspirations. If I stick to one job, there is no growth. Let me keep on moving. Right. Second, parental or family mobility. I'm forced to move because of certain X, Y or Z reasons, so I cannot continue in the same. Third is personality factors. Okay. My job does not suit my personality. For example, I am a soft-spoken guy, and they are telling me to go and manage the sports activity. That is not possible for me. So it's not a part of my personality. Second is organizational reasons. The culture of the organization, it plays a very, very important role. Each and every organization has its own pattern of working. Right? So maybe the individual finds that I'm not fit into this pattern. Second, growth. If I stay in this, I don't see any growth. Yeah, growth monetarily it's fine, but personally there is no growth. And third, most important in this 21st century is the pay packages. Today we see maximum number of people leaving, as we will see also. It's because of the compensation they are provided for the services they are giving. Next please. Role related. I don't find my role challenging. Doing the same thing again and again, the same textbooks, same chapters and same sums. Next, I'm not learning anything in this. As I said, 21st century, intellectual need has come up. Bossism. Oh, my boss never tries to understand me. He's always, pressurizing me, wanting things their way out. I'm not clear about my role, what actually I have to do. Tomorrow, yesterday they said something, today they are saying something, tomorrow maybe they'll come up with some other ideas. So I am not clear what actually is my role in this organization. Work stress, a lot of work in the school as well as outside the school. And there is no independence. If I cannot choose what I want to do, the way I want to teach, then obviously I will not be satisfied. And if I am not satisfied, I move on. Please continue. Other reasons, peer pressure. You all must have seen that in the student age, number of suicides are increasing, as we had seen in the start. I basically think the biggest reason for that is peer pressure. I just gave the example is not related to this, but so that it becomes very clear. Pressure makes a lot of difference. It can lead a person to think the ultimate that is there. Next, work environment. I don't like the work environment I am staying in. Or there is in-house politics. Yeah, isko zyada, mujhe kam. Aisa kyun? Next. My research is on DGES, very well-known organization, established in 1983, completing 31 years this year. The Galaxy Education System. It's better known as SN Consagra. Next, please. Okay, DGES is a group of 6 different units. The basic unit is SN Consagra Main, which you can see on University Road. Second, the opposite street, there is SN Consagra Prep Division. Then we have MB Dulecia at Kotecha Chowk. Then Galaxy International School, also known as the Wadi School, which is on Jamnagar Road. SMOS, Sarojben Memorial Opportunity School. This is a special school, people don't know about it. Because in this school, SN Consagra is doing a noble, working for the noble cause. All the students who are there in this school are from the deprived families and they are studying there without paying any fees. And the last is KJ Bhalodia, which is on Tagore Road. Next, please. Okay. Introduction, as I already gave. It's a multi-crore organization having an annual turnover of more than 18 crores. First ICSE and ITCSE school in Saurashtra. The first CIE, Cambridge International Examination Training Center. And the first school to practically initiate student exchange programs along with teacher exchange programs, staff of nearly 100 and 1100 teachers and subordinates and nearly 7,000 plus students. Okay, my primary objective of study is not to glamorize a group. My primary objective is, okay, even though the group has a huge name, huge fame, but it is suffering from the biggest attrition perhaps in Gujarat. Right? Objective was to find out the rate of teacher attrition, and secondary objectives were why they were leaving, monetary effect of teacher attrition on the organization. Next, please. Okay. Now I have taken the data of 2011, 12, 12, 13 and 13, 14. The first year data. On June 2011, we had 719 teachers working in the school. The number had reduced to 539 in May 2012 because of 180 teachers leaving the organization within a short span of 1 year. Right? And number of new teachers appointed were just 120. As you all know, SNK will never appoint teachers just like that. They will always check the mettle of the teacher and then they will appoint. They had 180 places and they just filled in 120. So the turnover ratio was 3:2. Old teachers who left 3 times and came to percentage of teachers leaving 25%. Next. So I went into the core, why teachers left. You can see there is a pie chart. The maximum, sorry you cannot read this, it's 31% remuneration concern. 31% of the teachers leaving the organization because they thought that they were being paid less for the amount of work they were doing. Next, please. Out of 180 employees, 28 employees were male and 152 were female. Next. Section-wise, the highest attrition was found in pre-primary. That is, approx 90 plus teachers left the school were working in pre-primary sections. Next, please. Okay, and this was school-wise. As you can correlate, primary I said, and here also it's SN Consagra Prep which is having the highest number. Next. Okay. Now comes the real factor. The cost to the organization. They spent nearly 14 lakh rupees on training in that year. Apart from training, on teacher maintenance. Maintenance means giving them houses, giving them laundry services, mobile phone bills, etc. 11 lakhs 59,000, nearly 12 lakh rupees was spent on that, and other facilities which they provide, that cost them nearly 8 lakh rupees. So the total comes to around 30 lakh rupees they had spent in 2011-12 on teachers. And what was the result? Out of 30 lakhs, 9 lakh rupees was spent on the teachers who did not continue the next year. So the money was not invested, but actually it was wasted out. The percentage of the expenditure came to 27.45% of the expenditure went down the drain. Next please. This is school wise I have put it, and the expenditure that was done. Next. Okay. Next we come to the next year 2012-13. See, the amount spent on teacher training had risen 17 lakh 76,000. That's approximately 18 lakh was spent on training, 15 lakh on maintenance and other costs, 9 lakh rupees. So the total had risen to 35 to 40 lakh rupees was spent behind the teachers. Next. And this year, nearly 14 lakh 50,000 was spent on teachers who did not continue in the same organization. The percentage of expenditure going in drain had risen to 35%. There was an increase in 10% of that cost. Next please. The same graph. Next we come to 2013-14. Expenditures once again rising, 20 lakh on training, 15 lakh on maintenance and 10 lakh on other. This has come to nearly half a crore rupees. Next. And the percentage of money going down the drain was 39. That's approximately 40% of money was wasted out. Next. Okay, comparative study, you can see that the amount of money that is going down the drain, 9 lakh rising to 15, then 18. Next. Okay. The rate of attrition rate, to calculate attrition rate, we use this very simple formula. It's number of teachers left upon number of teachers who have continued and the number of teachers who have just joined multiplied by 100. So the attrition rate for 2011-12 was 21%, for 12-13 was 22.69 and 13-14 was 25%. You can see there is a gradual increase in the attrition even after providing them training, providing them so many good facilities. Still the teachers were not continuing in the same organization. Next. So on the basis of this research, I found out the main culprit why teachers left the organization was because they thought that they are being paid less as compared to the work that they are doing. The main culprit was remuneration. Majority of teachers who left the organization were young females under 25 years of age, and their salaries ranged below 15,000 rupees. Their job duration, those who left, majority of them stayed in SN Consagra for a year or probably less than it. Expenditure, as we have seen, was constantly rising and the teacher turnover ratio was also increasing. Next. Few suggestions which I would like to give. Training, yes, it's already going on, but they need to refocus on the training that is happening. Actually, whatever training is going on, whether it is practically applicable or not, they have to go for new, improved training programs. Biggest factor, they have to start improving their pay scales, provide better promotions, incentives, and most important according to me is teacher appraisal. Whenever teacher is doing a good job, you need to apprehend that teacher. You have to go for appraisal of that teacher in public, right? And it is not compulsory that the appraisal would be in form of monetary benefits only. Next. Okay, this is a small picture showing that turnover, cost, profit means turnover was increasing, at the same time the profit was also increasing, but cost was increasing, but the profit was going down because more and more money was spent on teacher training, which was good, but out of that, a part of the portion of the money was spent on teachers who did not continue in the same organization. Next, please. Okay. So, what cycle? Educate people, train them, empower them, and at the end, reward them if they are fit. Thank you all.